The nation's question is, why is former Congressman Zaldico's passport not yet canceled? And what is the government doing to actually either convince him or force him to return to the Philippines? Sir, how convinced are you that Zaldico is the most guilty in this case? Or are you somehow amenable to extending an option for him to become a state witness?
Is the speaker included, the former speaker included in the list, sir?
The nation's question is, why is former Congressman Zaldico's passport not yet canceled? And what is the government doing to actually either convince him or force him to return to the Philippines?
Is the speaker included, the former speaker included in the list, sir?
Kung may aral tayong natutunan sa nakaraan, ito ay ang mas mabuti na maging mabusisi tayo at tumagal ng kaunti kaysa magmadali at magkamali. Alam mo nyo, kinakatakutan namin na yung mga alam natin na talagang kasabwat dito sa kawalanghiyang ito ay makakalusot sa kaso dahil because of a legal technicality. Dahil nagkamali tayo sa pagbuo ng ebidensya, dahil hindi maganda ang ating pagpresenta ng kaso, o nakalimutan natin pumirma sa isang dokumento, yung mga maliliit na bagay na ganyan, nalalaglag ang kaso dahil dyan. Kayo, mga reporter, alam na nyo, nangyayari talaga yan. Kaya tinitiyak namin na pagka kami ay sumampa ng kaso, yung kasong yan ay hanggang sa dulo ay matibay ang kaso, at kung sino man ang mga guilty, ay sila naman talaga ay mananagot. At kung kailangan, at kung huhusgahan sila ng korte, ay makukulong sila. Sa bawat segundo na ating ibinibigay sa investigasyon, tinitiyak natin na ang bawat kasong isasampalaban sa mga abusado ay may sapat na ebidensya at hindi hahantong sa pagbabasura ng kaso. Yun ang pinakamasamang resulta. Yung alam natin na guilty, ngunit nagkamali tayo sa pagbuo ng kaso, nagkamali ang DOJ o nakalimutan, ay mawawala, masisira yung kaso natin, hindi natin mapapasagot yung taong yun o yung kumpanyang yun. Pananagutin natin lahat ng may kasalanan. Ibabalik natin. So tatlo talagang ating ginawa rito. Unang-una, sinampahan na natin ng kaso yung mga may ebidensya tayo na meron silang kinalaman dito sa mga korupsyon na ito. Pangalawa ay tinitiyak natin na ang kanilang ninakaw na pondo ay maibabalik sa pamahalaan upang magamit sa tama ang mga perang yan. At naglagay tayo ng mga reforma para itong mga pangyayaring ito ay hindi na mauulit. Kaya yan yung tatlong talagang tinututukan natin na bagay. At ito, yung aking mga nabanggit ngayon, ay yan, ay ang magiging resulta dito sa ating pag-focus, pagbigay ng pansin dito sa tatlo. Unang-una, mapapanagot ang mga kasama rito, mga kasabwat dito sa korupsyon. Pangalawa, maibabawi ng gobyerno ang pera na ninakaw nila. Pangatlo, gumawa tayo ng reforma para lahat na itong klaseng korupsyon na ganito ay hindi na mauulit. Kaya yung mga taong yan na kasabwat dyan, eto, mga walang hiyang ito, na nagnanakaw ng pera ng bayan, tapos na ang maliligaya ninyong araw. Hahabulin na namin kayo. Okay, that's it. I think I have, it's already 10.
Thank you very much. Maraming salamat, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, the President is running a tight schedule today, as you know. So we'll just take...
I'll take two questions.
We'll take two questions from the floor.
Yeah.
The first question will be from Alvin Baltasar.
Mr. President, magandang umaga po. Mr. President, nabanggit nyo yung sa presentation, meron ng mga nasampahang kaso at ang hinihintay po talaga ng taong bayan, merong makulong. Ang tanong ko po, Mr. President, kailan po kaya mangyayari na may makukulong at kailan po ito?
Palagay ko, hindi palagay ko, alam ko, bago magpasko, marami dito sa napangalanan dito ay palagay ko nasa matatapos na yung kaso nila, buo na yung kaso, makukulong na sila. Wala silang Merry Christmas. Before Christmas, makukulong na sila.
Mr. President, at nabanggit niyo rin po kanina yung kinakailangan mabawi natin kung ano man yung halaga na nanakaw nila sa taong bayan. Meron po tayong timeline.
Wala tayong buo na kasi marami pa kaming nakikita. Marami pa kaming nakikitang iba. So yung mga nabanggit ko na halaga, yun pa lang ang ating nakikita. Pero ako, nakakatiyak ako, marami pa tayong mababawi dito. So patuloy namin gagawin yan.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next question from Kat.
Good morning, Mr. President. Sir, you mentioned in the latter part of your speech na tapos na ang maliligayang araw nyo, hahabulin namin kayo. The nation's question is, why is former Congressman Zaldico's passport not yet canceled? And what is the government doing to actually either convince him or force him to return to the Philippines?
I think that's best directed at the lawyer because it's a legal answer. And the legal answer is because hindi pa nasampahan ng kaso, therefore the request for the cancellation of his passport cannot yet be made. However, when that time comes, we will immediately cancel his passport. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not the best person to explain it. But that's the procedure. You have to give grounds for the cancellation of the passport, and those grounds will be based on the cases that will be filed against him.
Sir, just a follow-up question on that point. Sir, how convinced are you that Zaldico is the most guilty in this case, or are you somehow amenable to extending an option for him to become a state witness?
I'm sorry, extending?
An option for him to become a state witness.
That option is always there, except for them who are the most guilty.
Do you think he is?
I don't want. And then pag sinabi ko, sasagutin kita, sasabihin nyo, prejudged. Let the courts do their work. Let the judges do their work. Yun ang ano sa kanila.
Mr. President, one more question, please. While we navigate this corruption scandal, the economy is taking a hit.
Yep.
The peso hit an all-time low yesterday. Third quarter GDP is at 4%. The stock market is at pandemic levels. What is the plan to recover investor confidence? At ano ho ang plano para sa economic recovery?
Well, the reason that we had that is that there really was a downturn in economic activity. You have to remember that it's not only because of these problems. Yung bagyo, yung nawala na working days na sa ekonomiya natin. Because of climate change. And you have to also remember the situation, the global situation. We are not the only ones suffering the shocks that come from the new trade structure that has been imposed on the rest of the world. And so we are all adjusting to that. Kaya yung mga growth rate na lahat ng grupo all around the world is falling. But marami tayong measures na ginawa because the public spending now will be increased, and to make sure that by the end of the year that the levels of public spending are according to our original plan. So mababawi natin yung nawala sa third quarter.
Sir, one more point on your presentation. Very obvious, very noticeable po na marami sa mga pangalan binanggit ninyo, DPWH officials, contractors, pero kakaunti, if at all, yung mga nabanggit na legislators who are.
Well, no, they're part of the list. We'll give you the complete list. I just didn't go through them because there are like 37 of them. So you'll get, as I said, you'll get a briefer, which will which will give you more detail on all of the things that I've said today.
Is the former speaker included in the list, sir?
I don't think so, because the only evidence that has been made against him is in the Senate. So I don't know. No, with the speaker, no. Not as yet. Not as yet. If something else comes out, then he might have to be answerable for something. So, again, we don't file cases for optics. We file cases to put people in jail or to make people answer. I know that there are many, many suggestions of who else we should file cases against. Well, we're fine with that. Provide us the evidence and we will file cases against them. Kaya sinabi ko, napakahalaga yung sumbong sa Pangulo. Dahil marami kaming nakukuhang impormasyon dyan. So, pagpatuloy ninyo yung inyong pagsumbong. At bigyan nyo kami ng lahat ng ebidensya na meron kayo para magamit natin, para kasuhan kahit sino. Walang immune dito walang exempted dito sa mga investigasyon na ito.